Release the freaking Snydercut, baby!
Let's go.
And we're live.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like I told these guys, if you're watching, we're gonna have probably a couple more people on the stream. We're just gonna be, pushing in and out. The first thing I wanted to, this week has been crazy. It's been monumental, and it just keeps on getting better and better and better. But the one thing that I want to ask everyone first is just go around and say, like, what was your reaction to the news? So, Jay, we started with you.
Okay, this was my reaction. I watched the whole thing, enjoyed myself watching Zack Snyder break down Man of Steel. Because everybody who know Fatal, they know Man of Steel is my favorite superhero movie of all time.
Mm-hmm.
When Henry Cavill got on, I lost my mind. I knew then Henry Cavill is here, something big is going to happen. But as soon as I had that high went down when he said, after Daniela asked him about the big question, and he said, it's out of my control. And I was like, freak! We're not getting it. And then when he flipped the phone around and showed that picture, I think I blacked out for like 20 seconds. I think I blacked out. So that was my experience. When I woke up out of that coma, that little mini coma, I went nuts. It was like I drunk 10 shots of vodka. And I'm still coming down. Like I still had that high. I've been having that high for like 2 days, but it's starting to come down a little bit
now, man. 3 days now.
Yeah.
What do you think, Rogues Gallery?
Oh, dude, I was working while I was listening to the whole thing. And yeah, I was the same exact way when he was all like, oh, it's not in my control. And, and they had it going for like 10 minutes like that. And he was like, dude, come on. Like, this can't be happening right now.
I know.
And then I heard him say, like, but I could do this. And I ran over to my phone because I didn't have it on me. And I was just like, oh, my God. Started freaking out.
But by the way,
and I still feel crazy.
I want to talk about this eventually, but I went yesterday. I was just watching everyone's reactions videos, and you definitely had one of the top ones. I really enjoyed the hell out of it. It was really well done. So if you guys haven't seen that video of his reaction, definitely check it out.
Okay.
With that being said, Nerdy, what do you think?
Thanks.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, I had like a live stream watch along with it, and same thing what Fatal said. Whenever Zack Snyder said it's out of my control, in my heart I was just like, oh my gosh, we're not going to hear the end of this. We are not going to hear the end of this at all from anybody. But then he like Fatal J and what Rogues Gallery said, as soon as he flipped the phone around, I was just like, you've got to be kidding me. I flipped my lid. I mean, my heart's still beating relatively fast, not nearly as fast as it did at that moment, but like, there's still that excitement, man. It's still there, and it's continuing to grow every single day. And I mean, much like Jeffrey said, we're in DC heaven right now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Wow. So my first reaction, just like you said, I was also at work, but the funny thing was just the whole experience. Like when I found out on Twitter that the announcement was made, like 2 hours before that, for some reason Wonder Woman's theme started playing in my head. I'm like, yo, wait, what? Like, why is the Wonder Woman's theme in my head all of a sudden? So then when I get off,
Ready
work,
for battle.
Yeah. So then I get off work, and then I go to my phone, and then I see Zach's tweet, and my heart just literally stopped, and the world just stood still for a few seconds, and I almost actually dropped my phone. And so then I see that Fatal J is doing a live stream, and what happens is I'm on my way home listening to this. Then I get off my ride. Then I ran into into my room, and then really you could just really see what else happened. Like I did the Ric Flair woo. But yeah, I was just losing my mind, and it just felt great being a little kid, man. Like I was just a little kid, like very giggity about it.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
So now we're gonna add. Okay, what's up, Zebra Fett and Metal Creep?
Zebra Fett, what's up, baby?
Hey.
I don't know why my camera's not working.
It's all good. We can hear you though.
Yeah.
Okay. So I tried to tell the other guys. It looks like Rogues Gallery just popped out for a second. We're only allowed to have 6 guys at once, so I'm just gonna like put you guys in, put you guys out because I just want to ask you a question.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
at work,
Okay.
but I felt like I needed to jump off and just say, hey, what's up, y'all, and just interact with you for a minute. But yeah, I was on the pot, and I was just sitting there listening to Zach, and man, I dropped a deuce as soon as they dropped it. No, I'm just joking. But no, I was listening for work, and as soon as Henry Cavill came out, as soon as he had the mustache, I was like, okay, I'm so glad that he incorporated that. He left the mustache on. He owned it because it's funny.
Mhm.
It's funny.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, here we go. And I was like, well, maybe Ben and some of the others will come on, but Henry's enough because we hadn't heard from him. So I was like, I was waiting, and then when Zach was like, well, it's there's red tape and this, that, and whatever, and I was like, okay, that's fine, I understand. Like I've always said, I knew this thing was coming out. I didn't know it was going to be sooner, later, whatever. I always knew it was going to happen. So to get to 2021, I was like, all right, now it's like, well, what quarter is it going to be in? It doesn't matter to me because I know what's coming out. So
Exactly.
we need to build hype. We need to educate people on the BVS Ultimate Edition, because there's still a lot of people out there that have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of fans that DC fans that have no idea that there's an Ultimate Edition, and that it makes more sense and it's more coherent and that it has so much more, it's enriched with information. So and I mean I'm glad that he's not cutting it down. He's on a time crunch a little bit, but not like not like he would be on a theatrical release.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
they would be savage.
All right,
Yeah.
Metal Creep, what'd you think of the announcement? How are you
Oh
feeling?
man, I was still working. If you don't know, I am from Portugal. Different time.
Hey.
Uh-huh.
I was about to finish working when the stream started. I have a video of my reaction on YouTube.
Oh, you do? I got to check that out.
Yeah.
man.
My wife is
You
next
did.
to me. As soon as Zach pulled up the poster with the 2021,
Uh-huh.
damn, I was ecstatic. Just a beautiful smile on my face, man.
Oh, that's
The
awesome.
hype train is back, man.
Oh yeah. Oh
Since
yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
2017, I haven't
2016.
felt this way about the DC movie.
Yep.
My face hurts from all the smiling I've been doing. It's ridiculous.
Did you guys see Tyrone Magnus, his video?
Oh
no.
yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm sure it's pretty
He-
dead.
He just starts screaming. He's screaming and he's like telling all the haters, all the naysayers, all the bloggers that y'all something about how does Zach's nuts feel in your face or something like that. Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah, I gotta check that out.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So with that, I'm gonna throw a little curveball in the mix. What do you guys think about Ryan Reynolds coming back as the Green Lantern?
I'm down.
I'm
Yeah.
down, but you have to have a good writer.
Yeah.
As long as he has the outfit.
I think it will be an older version of Al Jordan, and Sam will be probably like Kyle Rayner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember when they said that Tom Murray and Killer Rock went to the Wayne Manor in the end of the movie?
Yeah.
Maybe they are here to pick Sam up to pick Kyle up to be trained. I don't know.
And yep.
Ryan, go ahead, Jeff. Go ahead.
And really, I would see this. Really, I would honestly see that as kind of like a big thing, because it would honestly, if you wanted to go the Ryan Reynolds route, it would really open the material of the Green Lantern movie maybe not being good, but it would still make it better, because it would make the Green Lantern movie DCEU canon.
Yeah.
So really, I would say, really, I would be cool with that, and really, as much as the people hate X-Men Origins Wolverine, personally, I like it, but really, for me, X-Men Origins Wolverine really did show that Ryan Reynolds can be serious at times.
Yeah.
And really, I think Ryan Reynolds can play a serious character.
Yeah.
Yeah, you bring up a good point about the X-Men Wolverine, and then also his Deadpool, which are two different incarnations of the same character. So it's the same actor playing the same character, just in a different way. So, I mean, he can do the same thing here with Green Lantern. You know, you have your Green Lantern in that movie, and then you have your Green Lantern, Snyderized.
Yep.
Don't sign me up for Ryan Reynolds, because Ryan Reynolds sucks as an actor. The Green Lantern movie was one of the worst superhero movies known to man. The only thing that I ever liked from Ryan Reynolds was the first Deadpool movie. The second Deadpool movie was absolutely garbage, trash. I would want to see somebody else play Hal Jordan. I want to see somebody else play Hal Jordan.
Tom Cruise was being toted around a little bit as an older Hal Jordan back when what's his name, the director of Mission Impossible, was going into talks with Henry about possibly doing a Superman movie. So it could be anybody else. I mean, I'm cool with anybody. But,
because they dropped the ball with Sinestro. Sinestro should have been the main villain. That big fog that he was fighting, that was whack, man.
Yeah, I agree. It should have been Sinestro.
Mark Strong is already he's already Dr. Savannah. So for him to be Dr. Savannah and Sinestro, I don't see how that would work. I mean, I mean, it's like I said, it's cool no matter what. I mean, we're just blessed to get anything. So I'm a fan. I'm geeking out. I'm happy. I just want to see that they've been teasing it too much. I want to see a Red Hood movie with Ben Affleck going back and showing what happened to the Robin and in the costume in BVS. And with that note, I got to get out of here because I got to get back to work. So,
all right, man. Thanks for popping on.
All right, Zebra Fett, love you, bro.
Good to meet you.
Man, love
you, bro.
See ya.
Yeah, man. So, but yeah, really. So what do you guys want to talk about first? The Ayer cut or the Scott Fowler wanting to be the Riddler?
Well, hold on. I just want to get my 2 cents on the whole Green Lantern thing.
Yeah.
I think it seems like with all this additional photography that Zach is doing, it seems like he's going to just be putting mad Easter eggs and just overloading this movie like beyond belief. And I think that, and I think that if you want to make Sam Benjamin your new Green Lantern or whatever, and keep Ryan Reynolds as Hal Jordan, he could just maybe pop in for a second or whatever, like a cameo or something like that. And just you know what I mean. And I would be completely cool with that. I would be cool if he was still the Green Lantern. I like him, but I know some people don't. And I agree with actually Jay about the whole Deadpool. Like I thought the first Deadpool was okay, and I know a bunch of people love both of them, and I was just like, yeah, they were okay, but I just want to throw my 2 cents on that. But Jeffrey, you know what? I think my next topic, we'll get right into the whole Ayer stuff if you want to, because I know that's been blowing up. I mean, honestly, this, you know what this is, right? You know what this feels like before we get started on this topic? This feels like we just won the championship game. Let's say I'm a football player in college, right? Let's just say I just won the championship game, right? I'm just running off that high. And they're like, oh, you just got the Heisman Trophy. What? A couple days later, they're like, oh, you just been drafted. What? A couple days later after that, you signed the contract for millions of dollars. What?
Man.
Like, it's just boom, 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 boom. You know?
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, Jeff, take it away with the Ayer cut because I know you've just been waiting. So
the Ayer cut. So you probably I know Bill J has been totally like very skeptical about that, and I understand. But really, with how this because really, like, I don't trust reporters at all. Like, that's my number one rule when it comes to making my videos. Like, I do look at the reports, but I don't trust them. So what I do is this: I read the reports and then think about it, and then think about it in a logical way. So then I go on to Vero, and Zach posts that image, that colorized image of Ryan Choi in Zack Snyder's Justice League, and then in the comment section, someone asked him, "Hey, are you going to use the OG Seven Wolf design?" And Zach replied with the kiss emoji. So really, I think that's confirmation that nerd culture article is correct. Now, once again, I don't trust reporters, but I do trust the person. But I do trust the person who is making the movie. So with Zach saying, basically confirming that we're gonna get the OG Seven Wolf design, which was in the nerd culture article, I think that confirms also that adds more evidence that we are going to get the Ayer cut.
And I have a couple things to say about that too, because as soon as that article came out, I made a reaction video, and it was definitely a lot more of like energetic and like definitely reactionary, which is what it's supposed to be. But looking into it, there's a lot of different things about this. And while it could be skeptical at first, because it was the only source at the time that came out, it was like last night at midnight when the article dropped, right?
Yeah.
And as I'm reading it, you look at the details of it, and it gives the idea that it would go back to Ayer's original idea, right, of what he wanted to do with like parademons and Steppenwolf and apocalyptic things, which would require a little bit of extra photography as well as VFX, similar to Zack Snyder's Justice League, but probably to a less extent. And it mentioned the production company Zoic Studios that would be tapped to help with the VFX. And people are like, well, what is this production studio? They're the same studio that helped with VFX for Game of Thrones, which is owned, of course, by HBO. Yep. So it's a reasonable conclusion to come to that where Stone Quarry Production would team up with Zoic Studios or production to, I guess, tag team this, right? Now, the only hiccup about this news is that Grace Randolph came out and said that she hadn't heard anything about it, which just because she hasn't heard anything about it doesn't mean it's not true.
Right.
I mean, I trust with a lot of things, but you also have David Ayer. I've been waiting for David Ayer to respond to these rumors all morning, and so far he has neither confirmed nor denied. Now if this is a blatant lie, he would go out and straight out and say that it's not true. I think he's that kind of personality.
But this is one thing to get me, and I want the Ayer's cut because I knew Suicide Squad could have been better than what I seen in theater because I have the movie somewhere, but I just knew in my heart, I said, man, this movie could have been better than what it was. So when I heard about the Ayer's cut, I was really hyped about it. But the one thing that makes me think that it might be clickbait is what AT&T said. Now, AT&T is Big Daddy, okay? Warner and Warner.
I have something interesting that they said too.
Warner and DC have to answer to AT&T, and just based off that one tweet that they said when they said one movie at a time.
Yeah.
To
one
me, that
step at a time.
to me that shut it down.
Mm.
That shut it down. And now if they have something in the works and it drops this year, hey, I'm gonna get excited and go crazy. But this is the opportunity for a lot of people to come out with clickbait articles about theories and different stuff like that too.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm just saying.
Now, after Jeffrey said something, I want to add on to that too. So go ahead, Jeffrey.
Yeah. So Fatal, I know that you mentioned AT&T, right? So here's something else that they said. What caught my attention was this. So you know that tweet that you said where you said one tweet at a time, right?
Or one step at a time, yeah.
So David Ayer came out and actually did retweet that tweet, and he said standing by, and with the hands up, and so then that really said to me, okay, so maybe it is happening. But then we go into another tweet that AT&T replied to, where someone said, hey, please hashtag release the Ayer cut. And so then AT&T replies with the gift of Enchantress, and it says, and I quote, anything is possible now. Anything is possible. All you need is a little bit of magic. Blue heart. Yep. Now the key thing here is, like, the blue heart has always been like a big thing when it comes to the Snydercut stuff. And what I found out the pattern for that was, the pattern is that I found was really, whenever there's a blue heart involved, that's something to pay attention to, because really I think that's really like a confirmation card.
And to add on to that real quick, sorry, subjective.
No, go ahead.
There was another person that tweeted out, it was Grey Ghost 84. They were tweeting that AT&T acknowledged Ayer's request for releasing the Ayer cut, right? Yeah. And they asked, like, are the wheels turning? And then AT&T replied with a gif of Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad, her flipping up her hair. And so kind of like what Jeffrey is saying, there's a couple of things that AT&T is throwing out there that's kind of teasing it. Now, I agree with what Fatal's saying, how they're saying one step at a time, meaning they're going to focus on one project at a time. They're probably not going to get too far ahead of themselves and do two projects at the same time. But I think with all this teasing of Suicide Squad going on, I think that we're definitely leaning more towards the direction of it actually happening. And a lot of different things have been telling me as well that it's happening, that we're just waiting for some more things to get confirmed. Anyway, I just wanted to add that in there.
Yeah.
Hey, Metal, do you have anything to say about that, the Ayer cut situation?
I agree basically with what everybody's saying. But do you remember the image that they put on of Enchantress?
Yep.
Yeah, like they are saying, shh, one step at a time.
Yeah.
You know?
Because when I hear one step at a time, I'm thinking Snydercut comes first, and then if this does good,
exactly,
Ayer cuts come out. Because they basically telling, look, fans, we did what you wanted. Now take your time, slow down.
One thing I would like is that this is the step they took a few years ago, and the original DC slate would come back.
Yeah,
there are actual rumors about them doing a Justice League too. Just saying, just putting that out there.
Well, sorry, Nerdy, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. The thing that kind of gets to me about the whole, because again, people are saying that if the Justice League is successful, then they'll do the Ayer cut. My only issue with that is that in the Ayer cut, it's more of an introduction of Steppenwolf into our Earth before the events of Justice League. So as far as storytelling is concerned, it would make more sense to release the Ayer cut first to build up more hype and attention for the Zack Snyder's Justice League, because again, story-wise, it's how it works. As far as getting it done, the amount of time, I can understand why it might get released after Zack Snyder's Justice League because of that and for financial reasons. But again, as far as storytelling is concerned, it'd make more sense for Ayer's cut to get released first.
If the fan base is there, though, it wouldn't matter what order it come in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's fair.
Did you see though? Did you guys actually read the article where it said that Ayer, or it said Zack's Justice League, it's going to take 3 months to finish the VFX and all that work.
Yeah, I saw that too.
And they said it's going to take 9 months to finish the Ayer cut because he's trying to change all the dudes into parademons, and he's trying to like
to his original concepts.
Yeah, and the reason why they dropping next year for the Snyder cut, they fist to promote the crap out of this thing, man.
Oh yeah,
they already are.
You know,
you know what's beautiful?
It's been 3 years, dude.
Yeah,
Talking about promotion. Sorry, Tyler. Talking about promotion. Do you believe that on the 27th there will come a new trailer?
Oh,
Zack is working on it.
Wait,
he is working on it.
I can actually answer that in a way. So someone asked him on Bureau on his newest post, "Hey, are we going to get a trailer soon?" And Zack said straight up, "Working on it." So it's coming, but it's a matter of when. So it's either going to be next week, which I don't believe, or most likely it's going to be at the online Comic-Con.
Right.
Well,
and
but what is Jason? Yeah. Y'all see Jason Momoa? Is he just working out, or is he working out for the Snyder cut though?
He's working out.
He grew out his goatee. Aquaman has a goatee.
He's ready. He's ready for his reshoots, man.
Affleck is fit.
And people, there's people that are mentioning something very interesting in the chat right now, talking about Suicide Squad. People are wondering about James Gunn's Suicide Squad, right? And there's two parties that either believe on one side that it's a reboot of Suicide Squad, while the other side believes it's more of a continuation of that story and those characters.
James Gunn actually confirmed saying that it's not a sequel, but more of a revision. Like it's like how he put it is that it's its own thing, but it's still part of the universe. So really, what that
so it won't affect it really.
Yeah, it won't.
Yeah, it won't. Has some one or two characters, but that's it.
Yeah,
right. And that's what I was thinking too, but I just wanted to hear you guys' thoughts on that too.
Well, here's the thing about the trailer, right? Is a lot. Some people I've been paying attention on Twitter. They said that Zack already had a trailer finished. But here's the thing: HBO Max, because I actually made a video, probably a couple others made videos as well. Is we heard that report, someone saying that there was possibly going to be a Snyder Cut teaser on the debut of HBO Max, which that still could happen, but it makes sense for that to happen because okay, now we know that HBO Max is going to be the home for the Snyder Cut. But that's not until next year. So yes, a lot of people did join HBO Max right away because they're like, okay, you guys are giving us the Snyder Cut. I'm joining now. That's what that's what we wanted. You're giving us that. Cool. But there's going to be a bunch of people that are going to be like, why would I sign up now when I can just wait until next year when it comes out? So if there is a way where, and also this information that we got was the guy saying that they were probably going to show like behind the scenes of what was going on between Zack and everything, and maybe showing like how he was getting this whole thing prepared and everything. So I feel like they want to give us something. They want to they want to say, okay, so make sure you please subscribe because we're not going to have the Snyder Cut until next year at some time, but we have a trailer or we have behind the scenes, like we're going to do like a little documentary for you that maybe they set up, or I don't know, but I feel like they should give us something.
Right. Yeah. No, I totally agree.
Really, like Zack said, like he's working on it. So there is definitely something there to show us.
Yeah, and then you have Comic-Con at home coming up. Is that July or June?
I think it's July. Yeah, it's July.
Yeah, so the trailer, in my honest opinion, the trailer is either coming with the debut of HBO Max or it's going to be at Comic-Con. That's how I feel. Yeah,
I can see that.
Okay. I can see it more on HBO Max in order for them to get some views on the service.
Yeah,
I can see that as well. Like the first day that it comes on, have the trailer exclusively on HBO Max that people have to go on. Like people already pre-ordered. I like that idea.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's a good way to advertise it.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so I guess we'll move on to some other stuff here. Do you what do you think about the Henry Cavill situation with him possibly being back as Superman? Because that is something that Grace has said.
I absolutely love it.
Wait,
'Cause guess what? Henry Cavill is our Superman. I don't want nobody else in that Superman suit except for Henry Cavill. Period. A lot of people talking about he's not like Christopher Reeves. Hey, freak you. Henry Cavill is Superman. He's Superman. Period. Point blank. I can't wait to see him in Black Adam, and I can't wait to see Man of Steel 2, because I know for certain in my heart, if Snydercut is successful, which it will be, Man of Steel 2 will be directed by Zack Snyder. Period. Point blank.
A new Superman movie is coming up. They have to take advantage of the popularity of Henry, and everybody loves Henry.
Yeah,
we want him as Superman, but without the mustache. Okay.
Yeah, and really like here, and it really just here's like something I noticed about the live stream that no one is talking about. I just found it cool how Henry's face, like he didn't have the mustache to me. He had like he had like the black suit Superman look, like with the beard and all that, like he was growing out his beard. So maybe he's growing out his beard for extra scenes with the black suit. Because we do know that Black Suit Superman does have a mullet and a beard at one point.
I honestly don't believe that he will have the beard.
Yeah, because he talked about the whole idea of the beard and the mullet on the live stream and how like some styles just don't age well.
Yeah, but I think he was doing that on purpose. He wants to surprise us.
That's not a no, though. That's not a no. You know that.
That's fair.
You do know that. We do know that Zach is very much in love with the comics, and really also that Henry Cavill does love playing Superman. So it would make sense for him to grow out the beard, because he did say
South Cali guy.
Hey,
how's it going,
South
man?
Cali, what's up, baby?
Hey,
another one.
It's good to finally hear your voice.
I know, right?
On
I'm
every
always in
live
the
stream.
background.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on.
Hold up, my screen is frozen. I'm gonna boot out and then join back in for a sec.
All right.
I do have one quick thing. To say about Superman. I'm gonna get on a pedestal here for a second, because past couple days I've seen so many videos of people talking about Henry Cavill's Superman, and of course seen a lot of positivity about it, right? Because he's a great Superman. But then you've seen the other side, right? And so I know the majority of our viewers are people who agree with us about Henry Cavill's Superman. But I want to say this: a lot of people say that if you like Zack Snyder's DCEU, you can't like the comics, and that's just stupid. I'm going to say that right now.
Yeah, that is
because again,
because we comic book fans, nerdy. We
read them in depth, and the idea is that with comic books, and this kind of relates to it, but at the same time, I just want to get this out there. Comic books have hundreds of different interpretations of these characters. Hundreds and hundreds with different personalities, different suits, different origins. There's not 100% definitive version of any character out there. That's the beauty of comic books. They're open to interpretation.
Yep.
And really, that's what Andy said, but Jody just went on a 8-year-old tantrum about saying like, no, your universe is weak.
Here's my best impression of that. Here's my best impression of that. Oh, multiple universes, what are you doing this to us, man? Why?
But Dawson, you absolutely right. These freakers is not reading comic books. Do you know how many versions of Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash? It's 1,000 different stories and versions. There's no comic book out there where they say this right here is 100% canon and everybody needs to follow it. That's not true.
Yep. And if you do that, if you say that, it takes away the fun of comic books, because it's open for interpretation. It's just like art and music. You can interpret it however the heck you want. And so to say there's one specific version that has to be in movies and stuff, that's incredibly limiting. And it ruins, again, the whole purpose behind this creative storytelling. Anyway, I want to get that out there. I know it didn't quite tie in, but I had to get it off my chest.
All right. Well, since South Cali guy just came on, what happened when Zach announced the movie? What was your reaction?
Oh man, I mean, like all of you guys, I was watching. I mean, I was stuck at work, but I was watching, and basically it was just me just I'm at my desk. I mean, I'm in my office right now, and I should be working, but it's pretty slow today. So I was literally watching at my desk, and then as soon as he flipped it, and then you saw it, I just started like pounding my desk, and I was like, fuck yeah. Sorry, I was like,
No, you're good, man.
I was super excited. I mean, I think I was just like everybody else. I came close to crying. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to, but I was like, I'm at work. I can't.
Now listen, like when it comes to this stuff, like I got really hyped. I mean, it was like emotions were running high, but I'm not gonna cry over stuff like this, right? But then I saw Ray Fisher's video.
Yes.
Oh my God, dude. I almost lost it. I saw that and I was like, Jesus Christ.
I was just about to mention that too.
Yeah, raise the man. But you know what pisses me off too is I don't want to be negative on this stream, but I want to throw this out because I wanted to see everyone. I wanted to see what happened with everyone. Like Jody, I wanted to see what Jody was going to say. I wanted to see what Andy was going to say. I wanted to see everyone, all the negative people. We all wanted to go back to them to see what they were going to say about this, and none of them disappointed. Let me say that. Well, then we got to John Campea because John Campea was doing his show, so I watched it and I was listening to him. And the one thing that pissed me off is, and I think it was in the Variety article, and what John was saying was that he originally said that they should just put it on HBO Max as is, as the assembly cut, right? The bare bones, whatever. Just put it on HBO Max and just be done with it. So then when he was reading the Variety article, and I believe it's in there, when I read it, it was pretty much saying that according to Variety, this movie, when Zach was done with it, it was completely bare bones, no CGI, no VFX done at all. I'm like, are you kidding me? This guy was doing the VFX. He even says it that during shooting of the movie, he was getting VFX done. Did you not see the first trailer? Did the first trailer not even happen? I'm like,
Jay Oliva's tweets. Jay Oliva's tweets said that there's multiple cuts of the movie.
Oh
exactly.
man,
Jay said that he was there,
and really, just like he said, and just like Jay Oliva said to a guy called Greg. He said, you think the last shot was, he said he was there for the last shot, and then after that last shot, there was a 4-month gap. So you're saying that in those 4 months, they were sitting on their hands doing absolutely nothing to the movie.
Exactly.
They're ignoring logic. They're ignoring logic.
Exactly. Why can't you just take the L and move on? It's like, yeah, I'm sorry, I screwed up. Whatever, move on, man. Come on.
And this is the kick.
Really funny. What was really funny was he was repeating multiple times. We are in a fucking quarantine, man.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
But you know what the kicker is, and this is the kicker right here. The haters still going to watch it.
Yeah.
So guess what? Zack Snyder just stole your soul. You know why? Because you hate his guts, and you're still going to watch his movie. That doesn't make sense to me.
Yep.
That doesn't make sense to me. So Zack Snyder is like Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat. Your soul is mine. That's Zack Snyder right now.
Another complaint that doesn't make any sense right now that people are saying is people on the other side are saying, oh, Zack Snyder's Justice League being released is going to ruin the DCEU. In what way? There's nothing in any of the other movies that would contradict what's happening in Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Dawson,
Literally
you're
nothing.
absolutely right. Dawson, that goes back to us being comic book heads. There are different versions of Superman.
Yeah.
There's different versions of the Justice League, and they're all under the umbrella of DC and Warner. Why can't we have two universes go on?
Well, when I say the DCU movies like Wonder Woman 1984, Aquaman, Shazam, people are saying like, oh, it's going to ruin those. Like, well, first off, Wonder Woman 84 is confirmed to be a BVS timeline to tie into that. And second off, Aquaman kicks off right after Zack Snyder's Justice League. We've known this for a long time.
And Zack is still an executive producer.
Right, and Shazam had nothing that contradicted the Justice League at all. It's like,
Zack
what are you
name
complaining
is
about?
Zack name is still on these movies that's coming out. He's executive producer of Aquaman. He's executive producer of Wonder Woman. Just let it go. Zack won. Zack won.
And he's the director of Justice League 2.
And also think about this for people who say that who are Shazam fans. The director of Shazam said the reason why he put so many BVS references in in that movie was because he was a quote fan of BVS. He loved BVS, the Ultimate Edition, and he wanted to make it, and he wanted to make so many BVS references in there because he wanted his version. He wanted Shazam to be part of the Snyderverse, which does ironically which does put some irony in there because because of what with the Zachary Levi, but that's a whole another thing. So like for real, like the Shazam director is a fan of BVS, and there's actually a plot leak. I haven't seen it or read it, but I saw the title on Inverse that they made on April that apparently there's a plot leak that will for the Flash, for the new Flash movie and once again this is on April of aka last month, meaning this is the new director. So this is very relevant. So apparently, once again, in this new Flash script, there's a plot leak that teases that really makes it a way that the Snydercut is canon anyway. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like.
Oh
Man, it's you know what? It's like Christmas, Jeffrey. Everything is coming into place, and I was trying to say this earlier. It's so beautiful because for so long, HBO Max, AT&T, Warner Brothers, all those and all the people behind the scenes that they couldn't say anything until it was officially released. It was officially announced, and now it's officially announced, and all the accounts, AT&T, Warner Brothers, HBO Max. All the people before they couldn't say anything, they're all coming out saying release a Snydercut, constantly posting gifs, and it's just it's so beautiful to finally see wow, we did this. We made it happen.
The best example you have of that is from HBO Asia.
Oh,
yes.
Have you seen those tweets, man? Those guys, man. Those guys are hilarious.
Yeah, they were killing it for a while. Okay, go ahead, Jeff.
Did you hear? Do you want to talk about the Scott Fowler and Riddler thing, because not a lot of people know about this?
Yeah, that was my next question, so that's perfect.
Yeah, because I've been following this one very closely. So we guess I'll start this off. So
go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah. So for those who don't know who Scott Fowler is, he's actually a very close worker with Zach, and is actually going to be is actually going to play one of the zombies for Army of the Dead. So really what he's doing right now is really he has been campaigning his own thing so that he can be the Riddler. And as if you've been following him on Twitter, he's been posting things like very Riddler-esque. And I asked him at this point, hey, straight up, answer me this. Are you in talks to be the Riddler? And he said super close. So with that, really he's he is a very passionate dude. He really does want to play the Riddler, man. So with that out of the way, and he's like a very relatively new actor. So what do you guys think about Scott Fowler being the Riddler?
There is a comment in here from John Surveillance saying there is a Riddler cameo in the Arkham scene in Justice League. Might be him.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I tried to talk about this earlier, where I think Zach is adding all this additional photography now, and he's got a lot of friends in this business, and it wouldn't surprise me if Dave Bautista showed up as someone. And if there is an actual Arkham scene, which we think there is, then he could easily be like, hey, Scott, you want to be the Joker? in the Arkham scene, whatever, we'll just show you for a couple seconds, and I don't know, little Easter egg or whatever. And of course, he's going to be completely down for that. Same thing with Dave Bautista. Like he has so many friendships within this business, and like I said, he's literally going to take this movie and just make it even better. I don't know how you do that, but now he has the chance to. It's going to be longer.
It's a long movie.
Like, this movie
The studio is no longer scared, man.
It's going to be a grand masterpiece. It really is.
Yeah.
As far as the Riddler is concerned, like as far as anything more than a cameo in Zack Snyder's Justice League, that kind of is a big question because we already have a Riddler casted for the Batman with Robert Pattinson, which there's a lot of rumors flying around about that right now. But that's of course still happening. But if that were the case where we'd get a new Riddler actor, that would have to be for a Batman standalone film, which at the moment right now, we do not have any confirmation that is happening. As the moment right now, we only know for certain that Ben Affleck's back for Zack Snyder's Justice League. That's the only thing we know for certain. Because when Ben Affleck appeared on Kevin Smith's podcast, he said, like, oh, I'm grateful to the fans for supporting it. I'm grateful that we can get Zack Snyder's vision out there. And he didn't say anything more than that. Now, he might not be able to say any more than that, but there's nothing confirmed yet. As much as I would love to, I mean, I can prove to you, I'm a Affleck fan, so I want to be back. But I'm just going to hold up on that until, like, it's confirmed because I don't want to get my hopes up too high.
Joe Milo teased a little mini scuffle between him and between Deathstroke and Batfleck,
right
at the end of the movie. So really, like, it all comes down to if Zack Snyder's Justice League does well, which it will, and really it all comes down to that. Like, when it does well. Will there be a Batman solo movie? Will there be a Deathstroke movie? Will there be that original Nightwing movie that was gonna come out? Will there be that Teen Titans movie that they were working on? So many things hinges on Zack Snyder's Justice League right now. Which is why right now Zach has the entire DC world and the DC network in his hands right now with this one movie.
Right. I want to hear from South Cali guy. He's really quiet.
Well, as far as like the whole Riddler thing, I remember when Jeffrey was doing that on Twitter, he was asking the questions, and I actually got a couple questions answered from him too. I retweeted it, I think. I don't know if any of you guys saw it. It wasn't anything major or significant. It was just him answering the question that I had asked. Yeah. And I'm okay with him being Riddler. If he's even in the film, it'll be, like you said, a cameo scene. I have to expect you to maybe see him in, like, if the rumored with the Deathstroke trying to break Lex out of Arkham, I maybe suggest you might see him in there, but he'll be wearing like a Arkham jumpsuit or something. I'm all for it. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna go that route, but that would be kind of cool to see.
I have a feeling.
I think the thing is that this is a huge IP, and HBO Max, they need content. So they saw the chance. The AT&T, they saw this chance to put Zack Snyder's Justice League on HBO Max. So you know what? They're going to take it to the max. They're going to give Zack his Justice League, and then they're going to I mean, I'm just throwing shit out there because this is what I highly believe. They're going to give Ben his Batman movie. He can make it a HBO Max series or whatever. They're going to do everything. They're going to give us the Ayer cut. They're going to let Zack finish his arc. Like, they're literally going to – and they want this to go as long as possible. And you can have Zack Snyder's DCE or Zack Snyder's DC on HBO Max, and then you can have Warner Brothers DCEU over here. So I believe everything is coming. That's how I truly believe.
Yeah. And one thing that supports that
sorry, but to me, the one thing that supports that is really like this. The main factor is this. Like, I know Nerdy is probably going to say something else that's going to be something about consumers and all that, but no, I'm gonna put it straight. I'm gonna be Jay Lever right now and point it and aim the bullet at this question like I'm aiming at deniers. Dude, the reason is this: the streaming wars. there's the streaming wars going on with quarantine. They're gonna want to use everything possible to win the streaming wars, man. That's the number one reason, point blank, and I'm all for it.
And one thing, kind of to support what Tyler said about the whole DCEU coming back. So we all know Matt from Lightcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
We know he's been pretty on top of things as of late.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the title of the stream that's happening tonight?
I forgot. What did it say?
The title is HBO Max and the Return of the True DCEU.
Yeah. I saw it.
So, I mean,
I'm going to
now. Oh, go ahead.
I'm going to say one thing. We all know that Ben Affleck didn't enjoy it working with the Justice League, right?
Right.
Yeah.
We all know that.
He was in a really terrible spot. His personal life was bad.
Yep.
The process of the movie was bad. And he said sometimes that he lost the passion for the movie, for the character, for the movie.
Mm-hmm.
For us to get the Batfleck movie, he has to regain that passion for the character. And there is no better person to give that to him than Zach.
Right.
That's true. And if you guys saw his video with Kevin Smith, you guys see how much younger he looked? How good and healthy he looks now?
Yeah.
I mean, he could be in a prequel to Batman v Superman, and it would work out just fine, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
The guy is looking great.
Yeah.
Ben's in a good spot right now. You know, it looks like he's finally gotten in control of his alcoholism. He's in a new relationship. You know, and
Ben's in a great position right now. He's got all the positions. Just
jumping fences.
But really, that's the elephant in the invisible elephant in the room, which is Robert Pattinson. What happens to him?
He gets his own trilogy.
No. Here's why. Because we do know that he hasn't been working out. We heard from his trainers and themselves. He hasn't been working out. He hasn't been going through the routine. Robert Pattinson said it himself. So to me, it's like with the elephant in the room, what happens to Robert with all of the negative press that he's getting for not working out, for not taking the role seriously? What happens to him?
Robert Pattinson was trolling. I saw a picture of him recently. He ripped up. He was trolling.
Yeah.
Right.
He was definitely trolling.
And to say this, I heard a really kind of ridiculous rumor that I don't think is true in the slightest earlier today.
Was it him being fired?
Yeah, I don't believe that either. And here's why. People were saying he would be fired and that Ben Affleck would come in and do some slight rewrites. The only problem with that is that you'd have to recast everybody. You'd have to get J.K. Simmons back. You'd have to get Jeremy Irons back. You'd have to recast just about every other person in there. It'd be a totally different movie. And that's wasted money because they've already filmed like a quarter of the film. And they're already paying these actors.
And Jeff, I'll throw something at you, Jeff. Sorry, nerdy, but I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to say that this works into Jeff's plan as well, which he's talked about the multiverse. You can have Robert Pattinson do his trilogy, and then Ben can die, and then at the very end, they can be like, something can happen. The Flash can change time, just like in the Apocalypse War. And then Pattinson.
So now we know.
Tyler, you got to give me some pond on that one. Tyler, give me some pond on that one.
Wrong hand.
You nailed it, bro. Apocalypse War is the key too, because that was basically Zack Snyder's story. I love how at the very end that Flash changed the whole timeline. He changed it. So you got the card in your hand, you know.
Jay, do you remember the billboards before the announcement?
Yeah.
There was no Flash on the billboard. You went back in time to fix this.
Yeah.
So you want to know what, guys? You want to know what's my headcanon now? At the end of Apocalypse, Flash runs to change time, and what happens is that Zack Snyder's DCEU becomes a new timeline. That's my new canon. Because you want to know what? Because it also ties in with how a lot of people found very.
Thank you.
It also ties in to a lot of similarities that people found with Dark Side Apocalypse War, Justice League Dark Apocalypse War, and Zack Snyder's Vision. So what if the same Flash? So really, it comes down to this: what if for Justice League 3, what if one extra scene for a little bit of fun is this? We have the Flash mention in passing, hey, I know you don't believe there's that whole Flashpoint thing, but yeah, it did happen, and I don't care if you don't believe me or not. Because once again, we do know Zach wants to shoot extra scenes. So potentially that could possibly happen. But really, like, once again, I really do believe that Justice League 3 will be the forces of Apocalypse versus the entire DCEU. That's what I think the quote end game is. I don't know.
Damn, Jeffrey, that'd be sick.
The only thing about Pattinson's Batman that is a slight concern that would maybe add a teeny bit of realism to the rumors, which again I don't believe, is I slightly doubt Rob Pattinson's commitment to the role of Batman.
Yes.
I have a hard time seeing him doing a full trilogy. Will he do a movie? Yes, absolutely. It's going to happen. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen, and that's fine. And I'm totally cool with it. I'm excited to see it. 2 Batman, right? Who doesn't want that?
Yeah, it's the attitude.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I don't know if he's that into telling those kinds of stories for that long a period of time. He seems more of a guy that just likes to like explore different actor or different characters, kind of like Val Kilmer was when he was with Batman Returns. You know, he did it once, then wanted to move on, and didn't really care for it anymore. I think Rob Pattinson's that same way. Fatal, you have something to say?
Yeah, I think Robert Pattinson. I'm the oddball. I think this is probably gonna be the best Batman movie we ever seen.
It definitely could. Yeah.
Because I remember
wish it is.
I remember watching an interview of Robert Pattinson, and he was talking about he was reading the audience. He was reading what people were saying on the internet, and he said everybody was bashing him, talking about he was gonna be like a Twilight Batman, a glittering Batman, and he said he was going to use that anger that he felt inside to give us the best performance that we ever seen. And I truly believe when it's said and done, this is going to be the dopest Batman movie that we ever watched.
I definitely agree.
I definitely hope so.
Yeah.
I really think, I'm sorry, but it's just that Twilight thing. Like, really, he was good in Twilight. That's all I know him for. I haven't seen.
Oh, well, you got
to see his other stuff.
Yeah, he's a top tier. He's a top tier actor now. I mean,
go see The Lighthouse. The Lighthouse is a perfect.
The Lighthouse is a really good movie.
I thought The Lighthouse. Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, I just thought The Lighthouse was okay. I didn't really see that as much of a big deal. So really, like, here's the thing for me. Like, this is his first mainstream. To me, this is his first mainstream movie in a while. So really, I'm just gonna judge it off.
You forget about Tenet.
No,
Tenet is coming out.
Tenet, yeah.
Man, look here, Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan do not mess with Rudy Pools. He just to blow us away with Tenet.
You didn't let me finish. You didn't let me finish, dude. As I was saying, this is my mindset. Is once the Batman comes out, for me, it's going to be a clean slate. Nothing. I'm not going to judge him off of other movies. I'm just going to judge him based on the Batman. That's all.
Twilight's one of my favorite movies of all time.
But you know what? If you basing him off Batman, you don't miss a lot of good Robert Pattinson movies because that dude can act his butt off, man. He can act, bro. And that's
such a wide range.
Yeah, and his acting skills is what made me truly believe we're going to get a group Bruce Wayne. Because
Hey,
anybody
what
can
up,
put
Hillary?
anybody can put that freaking suit on and look cool and dope. But
Yeah.
can you give us a dope Bruce Wayne? That's what's hard.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And only a few were successful at that. I mean, Ben Affleck was amazing. Christian Bale had some great things going with him. But other than that, other than that, people had some like trouble getting that balance. But there's a couple that have gotten it right, and I think not Christian Bale, Robert Pattinson could be one of those that does get the balance right.
What about George Clooney?
Oh boy,
Well, you know what?
how much time you got?
We just in an hour.
You know, I feel really bad for the Marvel fans right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, man. The Marvel fans, they got nothing really. They got really nothing.
I don't even
big
think about
for
it.
They really got nothing big for this phase.
I keep saying the MCU should have ended with Endgame. They should have ended it because yes, people are excited about Doctor Strange and Black Widow, but like after that, it's like you really don't have much.
There was a pretty cool rumor that Thanos Snap would tear out the reality and bring in what's
the X-Men?
the villain.
Oh, Galactus, I think it was.
Yeah, the Galactus.
I heard about that.
That would be an awesome start.
That could be, yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Honestly, you want to know my opinion on that?
Go ahead,
My
Jeff.
opinion on that, dude, is this. Like, really, it's pretty much like, really how I see it, it's basically Star Wars. The MCU is basically Star Wars right now. That's
no Star Wars is MCU.
No. Here's why.
Jeff like no.
But here's why, dude. Here's why I say this. Here's why I say the MCU is modern Star Wars. They brought it back, had a good run, but now really they're just milking it. Like
They're wearing out their welcome.
Yeah. Like that's what I mean by the MCU is Star Wars. They milked it too much, and now their cow is out of milk.
You know,
fair.
I just love how everything came together. You know, it started out, you know, Zach was taking control, and then obviously that fell off, and they got rid of Zach, and it was like a dark time for the diehard Zack Snyder DC fans, and it's just amazing. It's just amazing how it all worked out. And
how the turntables.
Yeah, and how it seems like, you know, according to certain articles, that if HBO Max never happened, then we might not ever see the Snyder Cut. And how everything just like came into place at the right time. It all fit in at the right time. The DCEU or whatever, our Warner Brothers, they got rid of all the people that got Zach out, and it's just like everything like just came into place. And now we are there. We are at like the finish line where just everything is just.
I got a big question though, Tyler.
What's up?
Somebody got a baby crying in the background.
It's a flute.
That's me, man. I'm at work. It's a grinder.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say, man, that baby is hungry. Feed that baby.
There it goes. I'll mute it. There we go.
Okay, I mean,
all good.
I pretty much we got through all the topics. You guys have anything else to say before we get off here?
Can I add on to that last subject you talked about with the MCU? The MCU, they chilling, man. Yeah, the movies look like they look garbage, but guess what? After DCEU and the DC have they run, you already know what Marvel gonna do. They're gonna ask for Chris Evans back. They're gonna ask for Robert Downey Jr. back. Then they'll have all the money again. But it's always good to have that competition because without Zack Snyder, Marvel was killing the game. But now since Zack Snyder is back, now we supposed to get some good movies from the DC end, and then Marvel gonna have to step up their game, and the audience win in the end because both gonna be coming out with great content, and that's what it's all about.
The thing,
that's what it was, man.
My main issue with that whole idea of Rob Downey Jr. and Chris Evans coming back is people are like, oh, they made this great sacrifice. They were our great heroes. Robert Downey Jr. died for everybody. If Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans come back, that kind of makes those sacrifices moot. Like, there's no substance to that sacrifice. And like, I don't know. They'd have to be really, really smart. They'd have to do it perfectly in order for it to work. And that's really, really hard to do with this. Bringing Chris Evans back, you'd have to have some sort of like Captain America, like Avengers prequel or something. You'd have to have something that was really abstract. And I think people would not. And Robert Downey Jr., if he were to come back, he'd have to be like an AI for like Ironheart or something. That's the only way he could come back, in my opinion, and actually work. And so, again, it's that really fine line that they'd have to walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanna address the comment from Prime. Can you put it up?
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, about the series and mature stories. Well, I'm going to talk personally. What I find kind of annoying in the Marvel movies, some are really good, okay?
Right.
But the structure of the movie, the structure of how it's made, it's always the same.
Yep.
I just wanted to say something really for Prime's question. Like, really, no, they don't owe all of them. Technically, they own, like, for Sony, that's a problem because it's really like a thin line because it's like a contract thing.
But they own most of them.
So really for Sony as of right now, it's like they technically own the Sony heroes, but they don't. So really, it's for Sony, it's like a very thin contract line.
Right. And I kind of want to hear the rest of what Metal Creep had to say.
Yeah.
Okay, I've lost myself. All right, about the mature stories that Prime said. Disney is mostly focused on 13-year-olds, right?
Right.
Pretty much. Yeah.
13-year-olds everywhere think that it's amazing cinema. That's what they think right now.
Yeah. I have a friend. He's a huge Marvel fan. Okay, he doesn't he is not a big DC fan. But once we were talking, and I said to him, okay, you'll prefer the MCU movies, but in the end of the day, the movies that you most revisit are the DC ones. The Batman from 1989, Batman Returns, the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yep.
And he looked at me and said, God damn mother, you're right.
But Metal Creep and Prime, you right though, because didn't news come out that Disney got rid of Deadpool 3? Isn't that true?
That's what.
There is no 5-year plan. I guess.
Well, there's no plan for Deadpool right now. Zero plan whatsoever.
You know why? Because it's a rated R movie, and they don't know what to do with it, and that sucks.
They can't do it. They are censoring scenes from other movies that are innocent. On Disney Plus. Why?
Yep.
Like that one mermaid movie with Tom Hanks with the girl with the hair. They like made her hair super long and like covered her backside. It's like
Splash.
Oh yeah, I saw Dave from
Splash,
Film
Wait,
I believe this was from Back from the Future, I guess.
Wait, here's the messed up part about that though. Like, here's the messed up part about that. Here's where Disney's flaw comes in. Like, isn't there like a clip of some kind of show where a kid falls in love with an adult and they didn't censor that movie at all about it? And then the movie ends with the girl saying, hey, you can hang out with me when you're older. Like, to me, that just sounds like...
That's just weird.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, exactly. And from what I heard, there's like this big rumor that really does have some merit to it about how for Captain Marvel they want her to be the leader of the new Avengers, and how they're going to do that is because Kevin Feige going to use Spider-Man to prop her up, because since Spider-Man is so
Yes,
popular,
I've
why
heard it.
not? And the reason how they're going to do that is that Spider-Man is going to have a schoolboy crush on Captain Marvel.
Oh boy.
Oh
Yeah.
boy, I hope that's not true.
No.
That's
No.
I don't like this
Please.
Spider-Man. I don't.
Yes.
Andrew Garfield's my Spider-Man.
Andrew Garfield
Oh,
is
this-
my Spider-Man.
The cinematography of those movies, man, was awesome.
It was great, and people trash them all the time. I don't understand it. I don't
Yeah.
get it.
All right, guys. Well, we've been going on for about an hour and 10 minutes now. I
Yeah,
like to
remember.
I like to keep these around an hour. We got all the topics out that I want to talk about. Of course, we could talk about this for many, many more hours. But big takeaway is a lot of big things are happening for the DCEU.
Yes.
Seems like every single day we're getting more and more exciting news. And of course, the biggest thing we wanted, Zack Snyder's Justice League, is finally happening. So I'm just going to go around and start with Jay and just plug your channel and just give us something to talk and whatever. Give us your closing statement.
I think at the end of the day, we finally got what we wanted. I just want to focus on the Zack Snyder's Justice League right now. Before we get into too crazy with these theories.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Bro, with the Snydercut movement, we always think of theories, dude.
but yeah,
That's what we've been doing for 3 years now.
Jeff, you talking about interrupting you interrupt me every time I talk.
Sorry, dude. Sorry.
Yeah. But
Watchtower going off.
Yeah, man. I'm hyped,
Yeah.
man. This is like the greatest thing ever. Like, this is going down in history. Like, this is going to be in the freaking history books. I have never known this in Hollywood, period, where they push a director off. Then 3 years later, the director comes back with so much hype behind him. And I'm just really happy for Zack Snyder and his family because of what happened with him and his daughter. I was sitting up there watching the stream with him and his wife, and I was thinking, dang, they holding it together because I'm thinking they just lost their child. They lost their child, but they're still coming back together to give us Zack Snyder and his wife vision, and that's what it's all about, and I can't wait for it.
And we did that. We did that.
Yes, we did.
And I guess for me, my channel's nerdy in many ways. See right here. I think this whole experience is just, again, like Fatal said, this is something that's never been done before. This is history in the making, where a wrong is made right, where we get to see something that was unjustifiable as far as like how you treat someone is concerned get actually corrected. And I mean, it took a little bit, took a couple of years, but it finally got made right. And again, this whole thing supported by so many great people. And to those of you supporters out there, keep proving the naysayers wrong and what they're saying about the movement. Keep proving them wrong, because they keep saying all these dumb things about how the Snyder cult, right? And there's a lot of people that say that, but keep proving them wrong. We're excited about this. We're excited the justice that is occurring here, and it's ironic that's what Justice League, that justice is happening. And you know what? Again, I'm stoked. I'm so excited. 2021 can't come fast enough.
Yep. All right, Metal Creek.
Okay. I'm like they said, we are hyped. The people on the chat are hyped.
Yes.
Honestly, I haven't been this happy with the DC since 2017, since the release of Justice League. Let's face it, we were all hyped, right?
Yep.
Right.
Then we lost it.
Yep.
And I just want 2021 to come. I want to see the movie. Let's focus on this movie, like Fatal J said. Then let's go to another battle. If the AT&T and HBO Max want to bring us the Ayer cut, fine by me. Okay, more money. I am waiting for my T-shirt from Ink to the People.
Same. I'm waiting for 2 of mine. Yep.
Me too. 2 of mine too.
Curiously enough, I bought it in the morning. Well, morning here of the day of the announcement.
There you go.
I don't know.
It just figures that as soon as I buy shirts for the Snydercut movement, it gets announced. Like, okay, now I don't have a shirt.
Well, I have to pick this old one.
Hey, it's a beautiful shirt.
Yeah,
Beautiful
that's a nice
shirt.
Right.
So, I believe I speak for everyone. May 2021 comes fast, and let's just appreciate. Surely there will be some theatrical cuts, some theatrical releases on very few theaters, maybe 4 or 5.
In which case, we need to collaborate and all go there together. Buy plane tickets,
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
it takes.
Oh yeah, the SnyderCon too.
I'm sure they will pick some people.
Yeah.
It will be a closed event,
Uh,
most likely.
I hope not.
And
I hope not, because
yeah, it most probably will.
We'll see.
Everybody will go to the tickets. So, release the Snyder Cut. Zack Snyder's Justice League is coming, and we are so happy, man.
Yes.
Look, I have to smile still. Oh, one more thing, Tyler.
Yeah.
A friend of mine was asking for us to do another live stream next year when the movie comes out.
Oh, no doubt. Of
Well,
course. Definitely.
yeah, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not even
Yeah.
a question.
Yeah. You know what? I definitely, I know when the
Let me
movie
see.
comes out, it would let, I don't know if I'm going to do it like on like the very first day it comes out, but I would definitely like to. There you go. Oh, Batman. Nice.
Nice.
I know South Cali guy's got some Batman tats too, right?
Show it. Show
Yeah.
it.
He's got the sim.
I got-
There you go.
Oh, nice.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And then I
Very
got
nice.
I got the
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Nice.
You know,
So I mean, yeah, like I would I'm definitely gonna do probably like a live stream or have probably have a bunch of people on and we can all watch it together. But yeah, definitely that's we'll be doing many more of these with the more news that we get. But from that note, Jeff, what do you got to say, buddy?
really, like with what happened with the barrage of news that came out today, like really, like once again, I told you and I told Days, man, you better get ready for the after party. It's gonna be crazy. There's gonna be a whole bunch of news coming out, but I did not expect the Ayer cut news to be dropping like the day of. That was completely unexpected on my end.
Yep.
But yeah, like for real, like we made cinema history with where a group of fans really took it to a Hollywood studio to get a movie out and really the haters can say what they want. To quote Rick from Rick and Morty, your boos mean nothing, and your boos mean nothing, and really nothing, and really just remember May 20th, the day that Zack Snyder's Justice League was released.
Nice. All right, South Cali guy, what do you got for us?
I mean, I got nothing to plug. You won't find me on YouTube. You can find me on Twitter.
You're everywhere, man. You're everywhere.
Yeah, find this guy on Twitter.
Yeah, Dark Knights fan on Twitter. All one word, obviously. As far as just happy to be a DC fan, it's a good time to be a DC fan right now. I mean, if you are a true DC fan, even if you're not a fan of Zack Snyder or just his work, you got to be happy that this is happening. At least you should be, because we're getting DC. Like we're getting it. It's happening.
Yeah.
It might take a while, but it's happening. But I mean, it's a great feeling. I mean, there's no reason to be upset right now. Like if you're a DC fan, that is, you shouldn't be upset. It's just there's so much to be happy about in this time right now. Even though with the whole virus, I don't want to talk about that, but it's just it's hard to think. It's hard to think this is a bad thing. It's not. This is not a bad thing at all. Everyone should be happy about this. This is more than anything. This is Zack. This is artistic integrity being, brought back to, its natural form, and that's a good thing. And that's how people should be looking at it. But they see DC, and then they see, Zack Snyder. It's like no. But
South Cali, you absolutely right. And the people that's looking at it like it's a bad thing, I still love this right here, South Cali. They're still going to watch it.
Yep.
They're still going to watch it.
Yeah.
Now, I could really see if you got that straight, just pure hatred and not going to watch this movie because you hate Zack Snyder. But you must like him somewhere if you're going to still watch the movie.
Yep.
You know?
All right.
You are
So,
all from America, right?
yes.
Yep.
Yep.
You are. I'm on the other side of the Atlantic, in Portugal. Look at this.
That's awesome.
Two sides of the world connected, man.
There you
Look
go.
at this.
That's a great point because I've been thinking like we live in a world where there's so many different people and so many different backgrounds, so many different belief systems, and it's all divisive right now. This is something that brought people from different countries, different beliefs, different backgrounds together. I mean, that's rare to find.
Dawson, I swear, me and you probably thought the same thing too, because for May 20th, that brought different races, different religions together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This movement is needed for the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Damn right. All right. Well, with that being said, thank you guys for joining. Thank everyone who showed up on my cast right here. Go and subscribe to Fatal J, subscribe to Nerdy in Many Ways, subscribe to Metal Creep, subscribe to Jeffrey Warfield, and find South Cali Guy on Twitter with all the retweets and all the scoops, letting everyone know. Again, I appreciate everyone coming out. Listen, we're getting the Snyder Cut. It's happening, and we're getting a whole bunch more. So hold on to your butts because it's not stopping.
Nice.
Peace.
Oh, Batarang, dude, I need one.
Bye-bye.